Namaste, my dear children. In this class, we shall discuss the revision video. First, I am going to teach heat. You know very well, heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. All substance in our surroundings are made up of molecules. These molecules move at random position and possess a kinetic energy. At the same time, these molecules exert a force of attraction on another molecules possess some potential energy. So the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy gives the total energy. So this total energy of the molecules is called as the internal energy of the molecules. So the internal energy of the molecules when flows out is called a heat energy. Okay, so the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy gives total energy. That total energy is called as internal energy of the molecules. When the internal energy of the molecules flows out from the body or the substance in the form of heat energy. Okay, so and in this heat energy, what are the effects of heat? What is the transfer of heat? What is the temperature scales? What is the heat capacity? So these are the things we are going to discuss in this chapter mainly. First, effect of heat. When the heat is added to the substance, the following changes effects can be happen. What are they? First, expansion. When we supply the heat to the substance, so the substance of the molecules of the substance gain energy and vibrate in random motion, and it will increase the kinetic energy of the molecules. Okay, so it will vibrate further apart. So due to that reason, the molecules having certain space between two molecules, you would have seen um, being some space left in the rail tracks during the summer. So during the summer, the heat is received by the molecules which is present in the rails, and it will be expanded. So this is called the expansion of heat, expansion due to heat. Another one is um, change change in state. When we added to the when we added the heat to the ice cube, what happened? It will receive the heat energy, it will convert it into water, and water on further heating it will become gas. So the solid become water, the water become vapor. This is also called the change in state. The another effect of heat is change in temperature. When we supply the heat to the substance, the kinetic energy of the substance once again increased, and the heat, the temperature will be increased. Okay, this is change in heat. And final effect is uh, chemical changes. If you want to cook the food, what happen? What would you do? We can fire the wood, so the wood can be fired, the food can be cooked. So here the chemical energy is converted into heat energy. So whatever the chemical reaction takes place, it needs heat. So due to the heat, we can rearrange the chemical reactions. So these are the effects of heat. Another one is a transfer of heat. The heat can be transferred in different modes, especially conduction, convection, and radiation. In conduction, the molecules are tightly packed closely packed. Okay, so the process of transfer of heat energy from the region of higher temperature to the region of lower temperature without actual movement of the molecules is called a conduction. Okay, say for example, if you can have a one pan, okay, on the stove, you can put one rod, spoon or anything on the pan. What happen if you allow them certain minutes? If you touch here, the you will be feel heated. So what is the reason? Actually, the molecules are tightly packed. The molecules cannot move. So the heat can be transferred from one molecule to one molecule to one molecule to another molecule till the end of the molecules at the further end reach the heat. So this is called what? Conduction. Another one is convection. The convection means so let you assume a beaker of water. Okay, now you can heating the water. What happened? The bottom of the molecules which is present in the water at the bottom is heated. So the density of the molecules is less. It will move upper part in the top layer. So the molecules going to be replace the top layer of the molecules. So the top layer of the molecules once again comes down due to the heavy dense. So now heated, it will lose its density. Once again it's come to top. So likewise the entire molecules of the water system can be heated. This is nothing but what? Convection. The third one is radiation. This is the most popular method, and it should not needed any particles which is present in the matter, because the heat can be transferred in the form of radiation even in the vacuum also. Okay, whereas convection and conduction needs a matter should be present. Okay, but it should not need any matter. Even though the vacuum, the heat can be transferred. Here, in radiation methods, the heat can be transferred from hot body to cold body in the form of waves, especially electromagnetic waves. For best example, sun. The sun always emits radiations in the form of radiation method. Okay. Another topic is temperature scales. Nowadays, we are using three different scales. One is Fahrenheit, Celsius, and Kelvin scales. Okay, so now I can give some formula for you for our better understanding to converting one scale of temperature to another scale of temperature. So Fahrenheit scale, F is equal to 9 by 5 C plus 32, and this is Celsius scales, that is equal to 5 by 9 F minus 32, and Kelvin scale K is equal to Celsius plus 273.15. So using this formula, you can easily converting from one system to another system. So here the temperature system, what is called temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. And the unit of temperature is Kelvin. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. But nowadays we are using Celsius scales. Okay. So you can substitute if you want to know the Fahrenheit now. If you know the Celsius scale now, you can put the Celsius scale in this equation. You can get it the Fahrenheit scale. So if you want the Celsius now, if you know Fahrenheit now, you can substitute the Fahrenheit value. You can find the Celsius and the Kelvin like that. Another one is heat capacity. The heat capacity of the system is very essential. Okay, so that means the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of your body by 1 degree Celsius is called a heat capacity. So if you want to raise the temperature of the body to 1 degree Celsius, that is called a heat capacity of the system. The formula is C dash is equal to Q by T, where Q is nothing but what? The amount of heat energy required, and T is the temperature to be raised. Therefore, C dash is equal to Q by T. Okay. So this is the important topic from this lesson. Okay. Okay, my dear children. This is the second lesson for you. Sound. Sound is also a form of energy which produces a sensation of uh, hearing in our hair. Some sounds are pleasant to hear and some sounds are not. But all sounds are produced by vibrations. Okay. In this lesson, the production of sound is very, very important. The production of sound means when you strike a tuning fork with a rubber pad. Do you know the tuning fork? So this is the tuning fork. Okay. When you strike the tuning fork with the rubber pad, it vibrates and it causes the nearby molecules are vibrating. The total effect is called the production of sound. So here the air molecules are present. So when you strike the tuning fork with the rubber pad, the air molecules are vibrating one another, and it will be transferred the sound into another molecules, and finally it will be reach our air. So like this the sound can be produced. And the propagation of sound. Sound needs a material medium for propagation. It needs medium like air, water, steel, etc. The sound cannot travel through the vacuum, so it needs medium for propagation. So for our better understanding, I can draw one. I can explain one activity. So due to that activity, you can understand easily. So electric bell and airtight jar are taken. The electric bell is suspended inside the airtight jar. The airtight jar are connected to the vacuum pump. Now you made to ring the bell. You can able to hear the sound. Now the airtight jar is evacuated with a vacuum pump. The sound can be reduced, feebler and feebler like that. So the sound will be reduced very much. So from this activity you can understand that the sound needs medium for propagation. Okay, so this is very important question for you. Another one is the characteristics of sound waves. The sound wave can be described by 5 important characteristics. First one is wavelength, second one is frequency, third time period, and amplitude. These are the important characteristics. First, wavelength. The wavelength is nothing but what? The distance between the two consecutive crests. This is the wave, the sound wave. So this is the crest, this is trough. Okay, so the distance between two consecutive crests is called a wavelength. So the wavelength is denoted by the letter lambda. It's a Greek letter, lambda. Okay, so next one is amplitude. So the amplitude is nothing but what? The maximum displacement of the wave. The maximum displacement of the wave is called a amplitude. Third one is frequency. Frequency is nothing but what? The number of cycles complete per second. 1 second la evlo waves transfer aayirukku. So this is one wave. So how many cycles are completed in 1 second is called a frequency, which is denoted by the letter n. The lambda wavelength is denoted by letter lambda. Amplitude is denoted by the letter a. Next one is the time period. The time required to complete one cycle. The time required to complete one cycle is called a time period. Okay, so these are the important characteristics of the waves. Next one is the speed of sound. The velocity of sound or the speed of sound is 330 meter per second at 0 degrees Celsius. Suppose if the temperature is increased at 20 degrees Celsius, the velocity of sound is 340 meter per second. Now I can explain one derivation. So from this you can easily understand the speed of sound. The speed of sound is equal to the distance by time. So the speed is denoted by letter V, and the distance means the distance traveled by the wave in 1 second is called wavelength. So lambda. Instead of distance, I can put lambda. Time t. Now I can rearrange this equation. V is equal to 1 by t into lambda, where 1 by t is called as n, where n is nothing but what? Frequency. Frequency எப்படி எழுதலாம்னா, the reciprocal of the time period is also called as the frequency. Okay. Therefore, V is equal to n into lambda. So this is also very important derivations and equation. Okay. Next one is echo. When you clap or sound, make a sound with a suitable reflecting surface, such as nearby near the tall building or mountain, you can able to hear the same sound once again. So that is called an echo. The sound will reach to you after 0.1 second. So this is the sensation of human brain after 1 second only. So first you can create a sound. This is, let you take, this is source. So from the source the sound can travel, and this is an obstacles. So after the after hitting the obstacle, it will be returned back. Okay. So this is your distance, this is your distance. So அப்ப the distance வந்து 2d by t. இதுதான் என்னது? echo. Okay. So அப்ப எவ்வளோ டைம் அப்படின்னா, so 340 into the precision time எவ்வளோ இருக்கு அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 0.1 second. So you can get 34 meter. So if you heard any sound, if you make any sound with a suitable reflecting surface, the reflecting surface should be placed within the 34 meter. You can able to hear an echo. Otherwise you will not hear an echo. So this is the major topic from this lesson. I hope that I can cover all the areas from this lesson. Listen, my dear student, you can go through our textbook detailedly with the help of this video and understand the concept and write the exam very well. Okay, thank you, bye.